Hello there. Welcome to Effective Mind Control. Think of this. You can identify one of the millions of images you have seen in just half a second. Could you have done that if such images were not stored in your memory? Could you have spotted them, without recognizing them? Where are such images stored? How are they recognized? Science lacks even a hypothesis about this mystery. But for science, combinatorial memories can be infinite. Elimination algorithms identify patterns in such memories in milliseconds. For Abraham Thomas, an engineer, intuition is such pattern recognition. Every act of the human mind results from pattern recognition. Human creativity depends on it. Human genius derives from it. Consciousness is powered by it. Fear and anger are unleashed by it. Without intuitive pattern recognition, there would be no civilization. Only stones and ice would exist today. Is intuitive pattern recognition meaningless? Intuition can logically eliminate the unrelated aspects of a lifetime of memories to deliver immediate answers to existential problems in 20 milliseconds. This video explains how intuition makes emotional choices in milliseconds. For centuries, science has asked what causes emotions? The answer is revealed by the implicit logic of intuition. Intuition enables special organs within your limbic system to recognize the patterns of events in your life and respond. The intuition signals trigger emotions, which instantly determine your attitudes and modify your behavior. Unleashed emotions trigger restlessness, excitation, and agitation, preparing you for action. Intuition recognizes live events in your life and sets off emotions. Anger and fear are such emotions. Anger is blind to consequences and lashes out. Fear ignores successes and withdraws from confrontation. Despair envelops you in gloom, switching off pleasant avenues of thought. Your self-awareness can still such negative emotions. You can be solely ruled by your common sense. Freed from fear, anger and despair, you can become calm and savor the positive emotions, like joy and laughter. The Buddhists believe this emotion-free state of mind to be one of the highest levels of consciousness. Intuition triggers fear. If, suddenly, you need to walk on a plank 100 feet above ground, your fear will kick in. That emotion will instantly suppress even your born abilities. Fear will stiffen you into immobility. Even slight movements will appear to be life-threatening. Instead of walking, you will desperately want to lie down and grip the plank. Within the blink of an eye, you will have lost your normal capacity to walk a few steps on a plank. Mysteriously, fear, a single emotion, will have modified your entire behavior. Every expression on your face reflects a specific family of emotions. Around the world, even blind and deaf children show similar facial expressions. Human behaviors and facial expressions are mirrored in the gentle caress of love, or the sharp scowl of anger. Early scientists never imagined pattern recognition. They discarded emotions as being irrelevant to the rational modern mind, a throwback from primitive times. It was Charles Darwin who first suggested that emotions have a real-world existence, visibly expressed in the behavior of humans and lower animals. He suggested that the existence of an emotion could be derived from an angry face, or even a bad feeling in the stomach. In those days, science viewed emotions as essentially bodily and visceral responses. W. B. Cannon disproved the idea that emotions were visceral responses. He showed that emotions did not follow artificial stimulation of visceral responses. Emotional behavior was still present when the viscera was surgically or accidentally isolated from the central nervous system. So, emotions existed, but they were not the churning in your gut, or the knot in your stomach. Emotions were still a mystery. Nerve impulses operate in the brain through intuition. Electrical stimulation of certain parts of the temporal lobe produce intense fear in patients. When other neurons are stimulated, they feel dread. Excitation of other nuclei cause feelings of isolation, loneliness, or sometimes of disgust. Electrical stimulation of the septal areas produced a feeling of pleasure for rats. The animals would self-stimulate those regions, till they are exhausted, preferring the effect of stimulation to normally pleasurable activities such as consuming food. Emotions originated as distinctive patterns of nerve impulses, which also trigger neurochemical events. Intuition isolated such patterns and instantly triggered suitable responses. Intuition was a basic requisite for intelligent life. It recognized sensations to achieve life goals. The hydra was a primitive branched tubular animal. A net of neurons between its outside and its internal digestive cavity responded to any stimulus applied to any part of its body. The intuitive response enabled the animal to vary its length, and use its tentacles to push food particles into its mouth. Strong contractions expelled indigestible material from the same orifice. The intuition stimulus, triggered by the recognition of touch, enabled those animals to approach, accept or reject food and escape. Over millions of years, intuition learned to recognize many more patterns, in addition to touch, to achieve more sophisticated survival goals. Intuition draws on memories. The early reptilian nosebrains decided to avoid, or consume food, by identifying smells. Fear was another early control system, triggered by the amygdala, an almond-sized organ in the limbic system. When, from its memories of unpleasant experiences, intuition detects the live possibility of a repetition of such experiences, it triggers fear. Experiments show that, just the sound of a ringtone, indicating the possibility of a painful electric shock, activates nerve impulses from the amygdala for rats. Intuition draws, from the vast memories in the brain, a range of emotions. Fear has over 50 nuances, including horror, scare and fright. Other emotions include sadness, disgust, contempt, curiosity, surprise, love, pleasure, embarrassment, guilt, and shame. The fear impulses from the amygdala increase adrenaline, produce shallow breathing, reduce blood pressure, increase heartbeat and inject acids into the stomach. Intuition works with subtle and complex organs. The insula, such an organ, is activated by social emotions, love and hate, lust and disgust. The insula identifies a range of sensations, including sharp pain, burning pain, cool or warm temperature. The insula contains mirror neurons, which enable you to experience the emotions of others. This organ combines feelings with emotions. Our literature describes those emotion/feeling combinations as cold calculation, hot temper, or warm love. With each emotion, intuition triggers a drive, with a remembered strategy, an inherited or acquired way of coping with problems in life. When emotions compete with each other for the control of your mind, intuition delivers a single logical answer. Your moods shift because your limbic system swiftly and continually switches control from one group of emotions to another. Intuition always follows an either/or strategy. At any point in time, a single family of emotions rules, actively inhibiting conflicting objectives. Love subdues the onset of anger. These emotions micromanage your muscle movements, your facial expressions and the choice and tone of your words. Each emotion sets off a chosen behavior. The choice is made by intuition. That choice is made before the decision reaches conscious awareness. The famous experiments of Benjamin Libet discovered that awareness occurred 350 milliseconds after the beginning of motor activity. The system always acts and then informs you. When angry, you will act in anger, before you become aware of your action. The emotions selected by intuition trigger myriad finely controlled patterns of behavior. They access from memories the exact knowledge needed for survival. An animal lurking in the bush carries the memories of its encounters over a lifetime. If it feels uneasy, intuition extracts memories of the sensory indications of danger. If it is fearful, it gathers memories of escape routes from the battle zone. Its anger extracts memories of muscular responses to battle. Intuition controls system access to a focused set of memories for each emotion. Intuition restricts your vision and controls your response. When you are angry, you will feel convinced that you have every right to be angry. Fully justifying itself, intuition blinds you to any other viewpoint. The mammalian organs in the limbic system generate partisan emotions. A fundamentally rational intelligence, Your human heritage occupies your prefrontal regions, PFR. PFR generates the viewpoints of a wise common sense, untrammeled by emotions. The Buddhists have experienced this perspective. With the calm wisdom of PFR in charge, searing emotions cannot hijack your system. Free of troubling competition, intuition releases special purpose circuits, which generate pleasure from a flawless line, the fragrance of a flower, or from harmony in music. When you are calm, intuition adds to your delight by not inhibiting the innate surges of neural impulses to your pleasure regions, which enable you to cherish a work of art, or enjoy a lilting song. Intuition selects noble responses from codes of behavior stored in your neural network. The incredibly specific behavioral outcome of each emotion is recorded in our culture and literature. With the love emotion, nature's pattern recognition processes have crafted an incredibly high standard of behavior within the codes of a single emotion, to impel the best in mankind. Thank you very much for watching this effective mind control video. When you view the brain as a pattern recognition machine, many ancient mysteries vanish. Do come back to this channel. See you next time.